Dear students, after completion of the defecation reflex, we start with the product of defecation reflex is feces or stool. It's a semi-solid mass, normally, usually, is around about 200 to 250 ml excreted by the large intestine per day. It can contain inorganic material, undigested fibers, bacteria, and water. So it may constitute 75% of the water and 25% of the solids is of total volume. Undigested fibers include cellulose and other fibers, while the bacteria and inorganic material constitute 30% and 15% of the total solids. The composition of feces is not fully affected by the diet, as a large fraction of it comes from non-dietary origin. So even in fasting, there is a good amount of feces is passed. The color of the stool is due to the presence of bile pigment, and smell of the feces is due to the presence of indole and scatol, the amines that are produced by the colonic bacterial flora that we have discussed in last time. So this feces can be asked in viva. Next, applied aspect of the large intestine movements. First is a Hirschsprung disease, usually we call megacolon. In this disorder, this occur at a birth. In this disorder, there is a nerve cell are completely absent, or Orbeck plexus absent in the muscle of the colon. कोलोन की मसल्स में ऑर्बिक प्लेक्सिस absent हो जाता है. There is a Meesner's plexus, Orbeck plexus. So Orbeck plexus is absent. This affects the motility in the colon, making it difficult to pass the stool. Usually we call congenital megacolon, or aganglionosis. Aganglionosis means the ganglion cells, neuron cells are absent in that particular part of the colon. So on that particular part, the peristaltic movement, mass movements are absent on that particular part. So the chyme is not forwarded properly. So there is a dilatation of the proximal part. In this condition, the entire neural plexus in the wall of the colons are congenitally absent, that we call congenital megacolon. Failure of the migration of the neural crest from the cranial to caudal region result in absence of ganglion in the both myonteric and submucosal plexus in the distal part of the colon and rectum. This occurs because of the failure of the migration of the neural crest cells. This prevents the relaxation of the rectal outlet and internal renal sphincters in response to rectal filling. Thus, obstruction occurs to the outflow of the feces, and feces accumulates behind the obstruction, consequently produce a distension of the colon or dilatation of the colon called megacolon. Features, clinical features are, it manifests as an abdominal distension, anorexia and lassitude. As proximal dilatation occur, this produce a distension of the abdomen. In severe cases, symptoms appear in a newborn as early as 3rd day of life. There is an absence of the stool, not passing stool. If any newborn baby is not passing stool within 3 days, there is a strong suspicion of Hirschsprung disease. So what is the treatment? Treatment is surgical dilatation or surgical resection of that particular part of the colon where the nerve cells are absent, ganglion cells are absent. We cut through and through, and combine it. That is the treatment of Hirschsprung disease. Diarrhea, another condition of the large intestine. If there is a movement increased, GIT movement increased, or secretions are increased, then there is an increased water content of the stool or feces called diarrhea. In any case, acute diarrhea result in dehydration or hypovolemia. As there is a increased movement, motility, increased secretion, so watery content increase in stool, which finally causing the loss of water from the body, produce dehydration and hypovolemia. Usually seen in a loose stool, in a motion patient, loose stool patients. This can be treated simply with the oral rehydration therapy, simply we called ORS, oral rehydration solution, which replenish the water and electrolyte loss. The ORS contains the salt and electrolytes and glucose. The ORS contains both sodium and glucose, so that sodium is absorbed by the SGLT1, sodium glucose transport, and glucose facilitates the sodium transport, so the water content is decreased. And what is constipation? Constipation is decreased intestinal motility that cause the stasis of chyme in the large intestine, which facilitates more water absorption and dehydration of the intestinal content and produce hard stool, difficult stool passing. This chyme hardens and feces become more solid, and the frequency is also decreased of passing stool. It's called constipation. It can be treated by taking the high fiber diet, fruits, and if not improve, then we can give the laxative lactulose as a stool softener, so the constipation can be improved. Next one is the irritable bowel syndrome. Irritable bowel syndrome, also called as a mucus colitis. Spastic colon, we call spastic colon, irritable colon, and colonic neurosis. We can call the other name of irritable bowel syndrome. In the West, 20 to 30% of the GID disorder is constituted by the irritable bowel syndrome. In India, it is very common and many causes used to be misdiagnosed as a chronic amoebiasis in the past. So, irritable bowel syndrome is a functional disorder of the intestine characterized by alteration of the bowel habits and abdominal pain in the absence of any detectable organic pathology. Here in irritable bowel disease, there is no morphological changes, histological changes, microbiological changes, or biochemical abnormality. There is a change in the gut motility. Gut motility are observed in several studies through poorly correlate with the symptoms. In the constipated variety, there are two types of the variety: constipated diarrhea variety. Constipated variety, frequency of high altitude peristaltic contraction is very less. Contraction, इसमें peristalsis less हो जाएगी, कम हो जाएगी. Non-propulsive segments contractions are more. In food-induced hypermotility of the colon, occurring normally about 1 hour after the meal is reduced in many patients. This accounts for postprandial symptoms. Emotional stress is seen to aggravate this motility disorder और irritable bowel disease को emotional के कारण बढ़ जाते हैं उसके symptoms. There is a painless functional diarrhea होता है इसमें. Painless simple constipation होता है. Alternative constipation and diarrhea. Bloating of the abdomen. इससे गैस बढ़ जाता है पेट में. That is bloating of the abdomen. Pain due to the spasm of colon and small intestine. Symptoms are vague, means variable, and these includes abnormal bowel habits ranging from constipation to diarrhea, often alternating irregularities, and it's like stool, increased gastrocolic reflex, vague abdominal pain, diffuse abdominal pain, ranging from dull ache to severe colic, flatulence relieved by belching, capricious appetite, and insomnia. नींद नहीं आती, पेट भरा भरा सा लगता है. Around 20% of the subjects complaints of weight loss all patients are emotionally tense and they tend to aggravate the disability. Then what is inflammatory bowel disease? Inflammatory bowel disease are having a two condition usually, Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis. Crohn's disease may occur at any part of the GIT, while the ulcerative colitis mainly include the colon. Crohn's disease, we call regional enteritis, characterized by transmural non-caseating granuloma inflammation affecting the segment of terminal ileum and or colon. So mainly it involves the terminal ileum, where the wall of colon is non-caseating granuloma inflammation हो जाता है wall में. Ulcerative colitis is an idiopathic form of acute and chronic ulcerative inflammatory colitis. Inflammation of the colon is colitis, affecting chiefly the mucosa and submucosa of the rectum and descending colon. It may have a systemic involvement in the form of polyarthritis uveitis. Systemic involvement may occur in ulcerative colitis. इसके lesion हो सकते हैं, hepatic involvement हो सकता है. That mainly seen in second or third decades of life, and females are more affected than males. There is an important part is colitis. So inflammatory colitis we have seen. Ischemic colitis is another important condition. It is a more common in elderly and occur when there is a decreased blood flow to the colon. Decreased blood flow can cause inflammation and injury to the colon, and some causes of ischemic colitis are due to the atherosclerosis of the artery, low blood pressure, blood clots, and bowel obstruction. So, sometime in elderly old age में ischemic colitis भी मिलती है. And most important, most common is the infectious colitis. Infectious colitis is occur from the many different viruses, bacteria, parasites. Infection most commonly due to the ingestion of the contaminated food or water, introducing the infectious organism into the colon. The most common cause of infectious colitis is E. coli, Campylobacter jejunum, Shigella. So they may cause colitis. Thank you all.